Today we're going to talk about the power of dealing with your thorns in the flesh. Yes, we've all gone through fields. We've all traveled through fields or traveled through pasture land. I remember this past weekend I was out on a farm, and while walking over to the barn, I had to walk through the grass and go through the meadows. And as you did, then you had thorns and you had all those prickles. I actually brought a few home with me. I was walking through the living room barefooted, and one introduced himself to the base of my foot, and it hurt. So we all have to deal with thorns. So how do we deal with the thorns in your flesh? How do you deal with those negative people who keep nagging you? Those people who keep coming around and keep telling you can't do something, keep picking apart every sentence that you make, everything that you do. Instead of looking for the good in it, they always look for the bad. They're there to tell you you can't do it. They're there to tell you that won't work. They're there to tell you that don't make any sense. They're there, and all what they do is that they're that proverbial thorn in the flesh. Nagging, and pulling you down. When you try to fly up or when you try to bob up out of the water, they're the ones that are holding you by your ankle and wanting to keep pulling you down. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to thrive. They're the ones that constantly nag and constantly are that thorn in your flesh. So how do you deal with those thorns in your flesh? The first thing you need to do to deal with those thorns in the flesh, you have to deal with you. You see, if I have to deal with the thorns in the flesh in my life, I first have to work on me. I have to work on my self-confidence. I have to work on how Flavian believes in Flavian. Flavian has to get up every single day and wash himself with a good dose of the good book. As I read the good book and I get the scriptures in me, those scriptures wash my mind of stinky thinking. Those scriptures wash my mind of inadequacies, things that I think about myself and not think that I'm capable of doing anything. When I'm finished reading those scriptures and getting those scriptures on the inside of me, those scriptures start helping me believing in me. So you see, the first thing I need to do, or the first thing someone needs to do, is to learn to work on themselves. You got to grow you. You got to get to the point where you say, I can do all things through my Creator who strengthens me. You got to get to the point that when people tell you you cannot do something, deep down inside of you, you're saying, watch me. You got to get to the point where you are stronger on the inside. You're bigger on the inside. I always tell people, you see the short guy, or you see the small person, small statured person, what you see on the outside, I'm 1,000 times bigger on the inside. You got to build your inner you. The next thing you got to do in order to deal with your thorns is that you have to watch your self-talk. When you're dealing with the thorns in your flesh, you have to watch your self-talk. And how do you watch your self-talk? Your self-talk is whatever you're saying to yourself. Your self-talk is not what other people are saying about you, is what you were saying about you. What you're subconsciously saying in your mind about yourself. You have to transform that. So therefore, you have to change the things that you're thinking about yourself. The things that you're lying in bed all night thinking about you, the things that you think about yourself all day long. And how do you change that? Back to point one. You get into the good book and you wash your mind. By that personal growth and everything, you wash your mind so that you change your self-talk. Your self-talk needs to be positive. Your self-talk needs to be wholesome. You need to be your biggest cheerleader. And a technique that I use every single night. I function off of a vision. I have a vision of where I'm going. I have a vision. I literally could see it. If I look out any window, I could see it all there in front of me, play out in front of me. And what I do every single night before I go to bed I sit down and I run that mental video. I run that mental video. I sit and I see myself doing all what I desire to do. I see myself going to places I want to go. I see myself accomplish what I need to accomplish. And I lay there in bed and I run that mental video. And as I run that mental video, I see my whole vision there smack dead in front of me. When I get up in the morning, I wake up and I lay in bed and I do the same thing. I run that mental video. I feel the emotion. I feel the excitement. I feel the joy of it all. I run that mental video, and that mental video starts my day. So I know precisely where I'm going. I know precisely I have the emotions that drives me there. As I go through the day and those thorns in the flesh try coming up against me, I always go right back to that mental video and the emotions that I feel through that mental video of seeing my vision, seeing where I'm going. Those emotions just cascade over me, just flowing over me, just like a gentle stream. You know, you're standing underneath a waterfall and it just washes me of all that negativity. It washes me of everything that they're saying. Another thing that you need to do in order to deal with your thorns in the flesh is that you have to learn to love others. Yes, you have to love everybody, including those thorns in the flesh. You see, you have to get out there and you have to forgive. When people say ill things about you, always learn to forgive. The first step should be forgive. You forgive them. The next step that you need to do, you need to pray for them. You need to bless them. You need to place it in the hands of your Creator and let your Creator take care of it, because your Creator is the one that gives the increase. It's not anybody else. It's not in anybody's control about your destiny. Your destiny is in the hands of your Creator, and He is the one that gives the increase. He is the one that brings about the breakthrough. He's the one that brings about the blessing. When you operate from the right foundation, anything can grow from it. But when you're not operating from the right foundation, then you don't have any legs to stand on. So you see, you always want to operate from a point of forgiveness. You always want to operate from a point of grace. You always want to operate from a point of love. So irregardless of what people are doing to you or saying about you or belittling you, you want to love them. You want to care for them. You want to forgive them and place it all in the hands of your Creator and allow Him to take care of it. Another way that you deal with your thorns in the flesh, you pray for them. It's very, 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 very hard. I've learned a very long time ago that it's very hard to hate somebody that you're praying for. So what I do when somebody does me something really wrong or hurt me, I forgive them. And I have a prayer list and I put them at the very top. And I pray for them. I pray for their family. I pray for their finances. I pray for their cats. I pray for their dogs. I pray for everybody. And I pray that God will bless them. I pray that God will move before them. I pray that the blessings of God will overtake them. I pray that God will open up doors for them. I'm telling you, they could be off lollygagging, saying every bad thing they could say about me, washing their tongues up and down my back, saying every man of evil about me, and I'm there busy praying for them, blessing them, and just pouring down love upon them. Because you see, the fundamental fact is, it goes back to the point, when you operate from the right foundation, then you start seeing breakthrough, then you start seeing changes. Another thing, when you're dealing with your thorns in the flesh, is that you cannot let any negativity stop you from helping others. You cannot let any negativity stop you from helping others. Always help others. Always build others. Always give others a helping hand. Even when somebody abused that helping hand, shake it off, learn to forgive them, and learn to keep helping others. Learn to keep pouring out love in others. And the very last thing that I will share when it comes in terms of dealing with your thorns in the flesh, do not let anything stand in your way from doing things with a spirit of excellence. Always do everything with a spirit of excellence. People spit on you, do it with a spirit of excellence. People are mad against you, do what you're doing with a spirit of excellence. People bully you and abuse you, do what you're doing with a spirit of excellence. People laugh and say that you're doing everything and they're not doing anything and you're so dumb. You do it with a spirit of excellence. People belittle you and berate you around their friends and everybody else. Do what you're doing with a spirit of excellence. Because as I said in the last video, you are literally investing in your future, and your value is not what you are presently. Your value is what you're becoming. And I promise you, when you become somebody of value, your value will always skyrocket. Your value will increase exponentially, and you will be duly compensated for your value. So go out there and have an awesome growth day. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the subscribe button below. And remember, when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to select the bell. By selecting the bell, it gives you that wonderful opportunity to be notified whenever I add a new video. And can you do me a favor? Share this video on all the videos with as many people as you can. Share the fire out of them. Just share it, share it, share it, share it. Encourage others, because that's what it's all about. Building others. God bless you.